And we're live.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Linescapes, and it's amazing you're here.
Yeah. Hi. If you're following us for the first time, welcome back to Landscape channel. My name is Sonia and this is Kasper.
Yes, and we do videos here on drawing and creativity, and once a week you send us your works, your drawings, paintings, whatever you do, and we give you our feedback. The best feedback we can give, because, our main thing is drawing, but we do our best to give you advice on other creative creations you've made as well. And this show is called Feedback Friday. So welcome back to Feedback Friday.
Yeah, and the crowd goes wild.
Yes, hopefully. So how are you today? Tell us in the chat. We're really glad that you're joining live. And for all of you who are watching this on replay, yeah, leave us a comment in the comment section and tell us how you like the video. And always remember, you can send us stuff.
Yeah. What he means by that is sketches.
Oh, you can send us other stuff as well. Totally, we're totally fine. Like, we need a new couch. You can send us a new couch. Our couch is horrible.
But please, before you do that, send us some photos of that couch.
Yeah,
right?
so we can decide if the couch is worth it, because the last couch we got for free as well, and I was like, yeah, they told us it's an ugly couch, but I thought, maybe it's not that bad, but it turns out it's really bad. So, well, we took it anyway. Now we have it for 5 years already.
So, anyway, it's nice to have you here. Share with us, how are you doing today? We're drinking a cup of coffee beside that because we are having a pretty intense week. So a bit of boost is also appreciated at this moment. Thank you also for compliments on my haircut.
I know, I love it, right? It's amazing. I love it. I'm glad you like it too.
It's a summer edition,
Summer edition, Sonia.
Yeah.
So today we have a special occasion, because Sonia is going to be sitting at the computer doing the corrections of your sketches, and I'm going to be chatting here with you. So yeah, do send me comments, write me stuff, your questions and everything, and let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
So today we thought about doing it a bit differently. We have fewer drawings for you, fewer works that we're going to cover today, but we're going to take more time to do it. So we're also going to go in Instagram Live. I'll just press this here, so people can see on Instagram directly as well what we're doing. We're just filming the computer. But we will take more time and see what we can do today.
Yeah.
Go in depth.
Let's try.
Okay.
In every case. Okay, so let's see. This is the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, Kasper, do you have any suggestions?
Well, okay, there's a couple of things going with this one. I like the colors. I like the different levels, What I think we could improve here is, for example, the water is such a central element. It could have more reflection. It could have more, shimmer on the water. It could have more reflection of the green. And then also, these kind of areas, they kind of disappear into each other, the wall, and I don't know what this is. Is this like a water behind it? Or, so I think we need to do something to get, like I always say, more depth in that drawing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I also agree that maybe some more reflection in the water could be achieved with some additional texture. What did we say then? Okay, wait a second. Then we can also add some elements that are missing, like here.
Yeah, it was really.
And try to establish a bit more of feeling of that, right?
Yeah, I think so.
What else did you say?
I think this white line here shouldn't be white. I think
one?
this should be something else. Yeah, I would say try it out with a light gray, so the wall in front of it pops out more.
Okay. Let's try some things out.
All right. So get the layer.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but meanwhile, I will give out a huge thank you to Louis, who donated via Super Chat to us. So Louis, thanks a lot. We really appreciate it. What we most appreciate is having you with us on this path all the time. So thanks a lot, and thanks a lot to all of you as well who are supporting us on our way. It's been a fun ride.
Hey, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, so today, since we have a bit, some fewer sketches, I think today it's a great day that I try my awesome Photoshop skills.
Yeah.
So thank you for being patient as well.
Yes.
Okay, so I started adding some gray behind in the background.
Nice.
Okay, so here we don't need it. But what else we can do is also some reflection in the water.
Yeah.
And for that, I would take some white and make it a bit more transparent. Okay, let's try that out.
The thing with water, you always have this like horizontal lines, right? Horizontal texture. Yeah, exactly.
Maybe also some blue lines.
Yeah, I think it should be mixed with white. Should mix with blue.
Yeah.
Well, today we not only have people watching YouTube. We also set up this camera because we have some people watching on Instagram. So I'm interested, where are you all tuning in from today? Where are people from YouTube tuning in? Where are people on Instagram tuning in? And for those of you on Instagram, if you want to be a part of the chatting and here and there is a link in our profile description which will take you also to our YouTube live stream, and you can join the chat there as well. But we're glad to have you on any platform,
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I think our Photoshop is glitching a bit because I'm having trouble just to adding some lines, but I decided to just clean up this surface a bit so that I have a bit more space to add some additional textures, not that I'm just layering one texture on top of another.
Yeah, this looks much better.
And I'm also adding them like with a bit of swing, not just very straight, but I'm trying to add some movement.
Very nice.
To it as well.
So for the people who just joined, this is Feedback Friday, and this is the day where we are reviewing the works you have sent us. So we take your work and we put it in Photoshop and we try to improve it as best as we can. And yeah, it's a great opportunity for everyone to send us their things, and then we give you feedback.
Do I have time limitation per sketch, Kashmir?
No, I would say because today we were going more in depth, and some people were saying like, why don't you go more in depth and do more on the sketches? And because we've chosen fewer ones today, I think we can be more forgiving regarding time.
Okay. So.
Oh, nice! Yeah, this really.
And I would also go maybe in a bit further. Wait a minute, we have a nice trick to do that. But something like this.
So the dark line at the edge of the pool really helps, right? Oh, you're doing a reflection.
Yeah, I mean, usually there's always something that can be seen, like a line that goes like, and then disappears slowly or something. Okay, so we have that. What we can also do in addition is there are two things, right? I mean, when we can say, okay, we added some water texture, and then we can also work on the wall in the background.
And also, I think you could add some green reflection in the water as well, like some trees, because they would be reflecting, I would say. Yeah.
Let's try it out.
Because I mean, one thing is also, I like the work, but it's lacking a bit of focus, I would say. Probably. Kind of, you could have a bit more focus, yeah. This is the eraser, I think you're using.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, that's why it's not working. Yeah, so kind of like the water needs to be, I think, the most lively element, really, to draw the eye. It's also on the bottom right third, which is actually quite good for a focal point. As you know, it's basically, if you regard the rule of thirds, the intersections of the vertical and horizontal thirds are where you should put your focal point. Okay, so we've got a question. Meanwhile, where people can send their works to for us to give feedback on.
Oh yeah, sure. Do that. You can send them in our Facebook group, which is called Linescapers, or you can DM us on Instagram profile linescapes.drawing.
Yeah, and if you don't have Instagram, if you don't have Facebook, you can also mail them to us. So this is also an option. Just write us on contact, at linescapes.org. No, we wanted to go with .com, but .com was already taken. So now we're an organization. Maybe there's another like domain ending that could be good for us. Like .draw, but I don't know if that exists. .art.
.art.
That would be great.
That would be amazing.
Too bad there's no country like starting with art. Argentina.
Argentina. Oh,
Argentina.
That sounds lovely.
Okay. Oh, you really made that water pop. Nice.
Look, I would do it like this.
Okay, nice.
Man, sitting in this chair, it definitely gets a different perspective. I appreciate what you do now, Gasper, even more.
Oh, why?
Because I think that if you need to think about what will you do, and at the same time think about all the shortcuts and everything.
Yeah, it's a challenge, but you're doing awesome. You're doing great.
Okay, feeling of depth. Let's work on that.
Yeah,
I'm just going to your direction because I'm used to the chair you're usually sitting on.
Yeah. So I think where the tree trunks meet the wall behind, they could be just like a couple of more dark points to add that feeling of depth, that we always talk about. Meanwhile, a question from Nancy on YouTube. Would love to hear recommendations for favorite Photoshop brushes or brush packs, Nancy. Sonia, do you have a favorite Photoshop brush or brush pack?
Yeah, I have. It's just a normal brush. I mean, it's nothing new in addition to those that we already have here. So what I use very, very often is this one, Ultimate Charcoal Pencil.
So, yeah, to answer Nancy, we are using, because you're not seeing that on YouTube, when Sonia is picking brushes, we're using Kyle collection. It's like Kyle's Ultimate Charcoal Pencil, Kyle's Ultimate, oil, pastel, and stuff like that. And this is a standard pack that I think comes with the newest versions of Adobe Cloud. So yeah, to be honest, we're just using the standard stuff that's already available in Photoshop. And if you find out any other good brush packs or something, yeah, let us know. But this has worked for us perfectly, not just for these correcting sessions, but for our professional work where we do illustrations and stuff like that. Yeah, it's been enough, I must say. So another question from Suhar, how many sketches there will be today?
Today there will be 6 sketches.
6 sketches, all right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 6 sketches.
Okay, so you've added some dark points now?
Yeah, I started adding some dark points
Yeah.
Because it's also something that was lacking, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
Just some, as you said, for example, those kind of small blinds, and then also also in other types of vegetations, like here
Mm-hmm.
and there. Yeah.
Okay, I would suggest we move now to the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Like we said, today we're diving more in depth into the sketches. We just took 6, and we're gonna take a bit more time working on them. So let's look at how it was before. So when I started working on it, so this was the before and
The after.
after. Nice. Yeah, I really like the water.
Okay.
So yeah, you tell us how it is. Did you like it? Thumbs up or thumbs down? And if you have any further questions, just write it in the chat. We're watching the Instagram chat. We have the YouTube chat, so we're totally connected.
Okay, so this is the next one. Okay. What do you say for this one, Gasper?
Well, I like the composition. Perfect example. Lower left third. We have a bit of counterweight in form of that grass on the right side. We have some birds on the upper right side, which are also, yeah. Well, I think the first layer, the dark layer up front, is a bit too empty. I think there we could have a bit more detail, and I think the tree could do with a little bit more love.
Okay, what my suggestion would be is also that we move this house with the tree maybe a bit to the right, so that the composition is even more, that especially because this field is so empty that it's just now a bit more central, or that it gets more of this typical composition kind of view. Okay, so what we can do then in the foreground, you said that there's something lacking. So what we can do is maybe add some textures. Maybe I can also use something darker.
So we have 2 questions meanwhile. One from Instagram. I too love to draw and construct such compositions. Yeah, these simple compositions work beautifully. And I must say the rule of thirds is not always the best thing, but I would say like 90% of time it works. And especially works well for landscapes, I'll say. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Landscapes is amazing. And then we have another one from Pamela. For the feeling of depth, should we add black color or saturated dark color based on the theme of painting? Okay, this is a very good question. So this is a more complex question regarding the color, the use of color. Okay, let's try to answer that one. Maybe it will apply on some of the later sketches that we're doing today, which we're correcting today. But you should use the same color with Pamela. So when you want to add a darker shade, when you want to draw a shadow or a shade of something, use the same color as the original object or as the background, but just add more black to it. This way you will not lose the vibrance of the color, but you will just have a darker tone of it. Now, if you want to create depth also by having brighter and brighter layers in the back as the view progresses to the back, then use more desaturated colors. So you would use, let's say you have several layers of hills, and the first layer up close is very strong, green, vibrant, and then to the next one you add a bit more white and a bit more black, so to desaturate it. And then you can also add a bit more blue always, because this is how the field of view works. Not field of view, like the feeling of distance works, because only blue light gets to us and the red light gets blocked through all the atmosphere. So you can, by going levels back and back and back, remember always add white and black, so gray, and a bit of blue. Oh wow, you meanwhile already reconstructed the image.
Yeah, But of course, I worked on the wrong layer, so this is what happens.
Classic. Is anyone
Classic.
here using Photoshop and has drawing on wrong layer ever happened to you? Because this happens to us all the time.
Okay, so this looks like an autumn situation where you just see branches, and yeah, maybe we can give it a bit more.
So why are you extending the branches now?
Because I think I'm trying to create a shape of a kind of canopy or something, you know, so that you really have the feeling that it's not coincidental that you have a particular form of the tree, but because we know that the tree branches are the ones who define the form of the tree. That's something that I'm trying to create here. So just to extend them a bit, to give them a bit of this finger effect that you can see here, for example.
You have so like an imaginary line of this ground.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to achieve.
Nice.
Yeah, but just a bit. Let's see.
So meanwhile, we have a question: which software do we use? This is a question from Instagram, from Mohit. It is Photoshop. We usually work in Photoshop. We have been trying some other software. I know a lot of people use Procreate. Yeah, Procreate, right? To draw digitally. We've also tried Fresco recently, Adobe Fresco, which is beautiful. It simulates watercolors. But Photoshop is like our go-to standard thing. We know how to use it. You know, we feel really comfortable in Photoshop. Yeah, Sonia, we got another donation.
Wow, we got another donation.
Isidore is here, and Isidore has sent us a #1 sticker on YouTube, and thank you very much. Nice to see you here. And thanks so much for the donation. So all of you, thanks for your support. As always, we cannot say it enough. It means a lot to us that you're on this journey with us, and always feel free to write us, ask questions, whatever technical questions about drawing you have, or whatever struggles about creativity and art you have. Yeah, just hit us.
Okay, so escape. Okay, so this is my recommendation for this one. So I added a bit more bold textures. Probably could do also on this particular field. It looks like it's an acre field, right? Something that's being also cultivated.
So. I like how you did like all the darker points also in the tree. It really makes it more.
Yeah, maybe if we make it. Okay. When I see it from a different screen, I can notice that maybe we can add even more.
Because the tree trunk, unless it's like I don't know, there are a couple of trees that look really bright, like a birch or a platanus tree or an eucalyptus, but that's, you know, pretty much all the rest have like a really dark bark, and so remember the tree trunk and bark and branches always look dark.
Okay, yeah, I also added a bit more. Okay, so adding still a few more textures to this acre field. Sorry, the Photoshop is somehow glitching all the time, and it's just relocating my mouse.
Don't worry, nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
It's happening to me all the time.
And you're living with that all the time?
I live with that.
Oh, Gasper.
We need a stronger computer, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Okay, and let's also emphasize those birds. And there are a few forms for birds. So one is like, it's like nighty sign. And then I know that you can do like a really long one. And you really need to imagine that one side is longer and then the other one is shorter. And then it depends in which side is longer and which is shorter. This will emphasize in which direction are they flying.
Right.
Yeah.
I never thought about that. And also probably like There are not all of them are like Nike signs. There are some that would have both wings on the bottom.
Yeah.
You know, so don't just do like Nike signs.
Yeah. So let's do a few that look like. Oh, you don't see it. So let me show it here.
So we have meanwhile a question from Muskan on YouTube. Which watercolors do you recommend for beginners? Okay. Sonia, you're the watercolor expert. Could you maybe say something on that?
Yes, go with Van Gogh.
Van Gogh.
Yeah, pocket version, the 12 colors, the 12 color set. I think it's the beginner set, and they are really amazing.
So Van Gogh is the brand?
Yeah.
Okay, so they look like this. This is the beginner set. I'm also going to show it to everyone on Instagram who is watching via this phone just here. So this is the Van Gogh. And yeah, they're pretty handy, huh? Also for traveling.
Yeah, they are. And the colors are really bright, and I think we did one live stream where I used the muted color watercolor set, and they are also amazing. But if you're just starting out, then I really recommend just to buy the basic version, and it's amazing as well.
All right, I recommend we move to the next one.
Okay.
I will start maybe pushing you a bit into the tempo.
Yeah, do it. I think I also got a bit of a feeling for it.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the before.
Yes.
And that's the after.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's much darker. The textures are a bit emphasized. So I worked on the textures that have different directions and emphasize the use of one particular field as well, and also added a few more detailed birds.
Nice.
Okay, so let's move to the next one.
Oh wow, nice city scene. I like it.
Okay, I think I need to zoom out a bit.
It's quite a complex scene to draw, so there's a lot of things going on. We have, obviously it's like a raised highway, or maybe like a train, maybe train tracks. I would say train tracks. They're going into a building, so it's probably a station. And then we have many layers. We have a tree up front, we have this station and the train, and then in the backdrop we have some of the buildings. So first I had to say this loud to understand this sketch, to really kind of understand what's going on. And I would say also this would be the most important thing to do here, to diversify these layers so we can read the sketch better.
Okay, so that means that we will extend the lines a bit more so that we can really differentiate between those, right? So I'm not sure if this road is going up and this one is below this road. You know, I'm not sure how many.
It's hard to say.
How many
levels there are?
Levels there are, yeah. But still, what we can do is.
Well, we have a comment here from Instagram which says depth should be given. And I totally agree. This is our most common. We should have like t-shirts like add more depth or something like that.
Or that should be given is also very...
Depth should be given is also quite a good expression.
I think this one is awesome as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just elongated the lines a bit more, so that we get the feeling that where are the directions in the space.
So when you're sketching something like that, you know, in a sketch you're pretty free. Like you can extend some lines to, you know, to actually go over the page or maybe to the edge of the page. You can leave some lines unfinished, and this will help you sometimes differentiate through different elements in the sketch. So use that. If you're just doing a black and white sketching, use the freedom and don't confine yourself to the frame window, right? What I like to do is, like, when I draw on one side of the sketchbook, I usually just simply go over to the other side of the sketchbook, even though there's this spine in the middle. I don't know, it gives it a kind of free look.
Okay, so now we can start creating a bit of that feeling of depth. What do you say?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so I was thinking to add some feeling of depth in this area. Also under the bridge, that's one most common one. That's usually missing, but very very important.
Remember, people, under the bridges, it's dark.
Yeah, so let's see.
So obviously, when you go back, dear artist, who sends this to us, you can definitely, because this is such a fine sketch, you can definitely do it with like texture, with small lines, but we will do it here, Sonia will do it like with a flat, like as if she would be using a marker, but you can achieve the same with like a fine hatching, you know, achieve this kind of darker areas.
Yeah. Okay, so this part should also be a bit darker. I'm trying to...
So, meanwhile, we also have one question for everybody, right? About the timing of our Feedback Fridays.
Yeah.
So up until now, since we got you here, we might as well also ask you for your opinion. Up until now, we always had Feedback Friday on Friday at 5 p.m. Central European time, and then, I don't know, it was in the morning for USA, it's like late in the evening for India, and it's quite pretty late at night for Indonesia and all of you watching like Asia Pacific. And at least our statistics on YouTube, we have now like statistics, indicate that this is the time actually when not many of you are watching and not many of you have time. But we didn't want to just trust the statistic, we want to ask you, all of you who are like our followers and watchers, is there a better time to do Feedback Friday? First of all, we got an indication that it might be better to do it earlier on Friday, but in general, Friday is apparently not such a good day because not many people have time on Friday or do something else. So there might be other days we might have to rename it and do like a feedback, I don't know, Thursday or Wednesday or Tuesday. So would be interested a bit to get a little bit of feeling from you. If you're watching this live, give us a little, if what you think about it, and on replay, write us a comment. How is actually Friday, in generally working for you? Because we're kind of flexible and we want to do it at a time where most of you can actually watch it with us. Yeah. So we got an answer from Anne. This time is good for me. Either would be good also, any day.
Okay, so I think you need to check what I'm doing as well. If I'm doing some damage, some, crucial damage, then you need to just...
You're not doing any crucial damage. I like what you're doing. I would now go and emphasize even more, for example, the inside of the building where the train is going in,
Oh, right.
Because it's like, now you need another level of darkness, I would say.
Let's try even more dark. Are you usually using brushes that are transparent? Like
for doing this stuff, yeah.
Yeah?
I use brushes that are transparent when I overlay this. When I do shading, I use transparent brushes, so the lines underneath are still visible. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, then we have some other comments. So Carlos saying 8 p.m. Central European time. Carlos said it on YouTube and on Instagram, so really invested. Sukhar says Friday is not the best for me, but 5 p.m. Central European time is good. Pamela, I'm okay with Feedback Friday because it's weekend, but I mostly miss Creative Monday. It's 12 a.m. here. Yeah, Pamela, I know. In Indonesia, it's like middle of the night on Mondays when we do it, and we even we're thinking to move the Monday sessions maybe an hour earlier or something. I know it's pretty early for everyone in the Americas, especially like on the East Coast. So I guess Chile and California and everything, Washington. But we just have to try and experiment. Then Louis on Instagram, feedback Tuesday if not Friday. So
yeah, we were also considering maybe feedback Tuesday.
Tuesday is also an option, for us as well. Okay, so thanks a lot for this feedback. You know, if you have any more thoughts, definitely let us know. And it's like we're trying out different options. We have a feeling that we have to do more technical drawing videos again because everyone is asking for them. And yeah, exciting time for us as well. A lot of planning right now, and I think the results will be seen in a couple of weeks. Definitely getting more intensive into this YouTube thing.
Okay, I decided I'm gonna just color this part here a bit darker as well, because so that at least the road is gonna be a bit more present.
I will give you now like another more minute before we can move on.
Fine.
So just a little bit of pressure there.
Hey, no pressure.
Let's see. So
I think for such a sketch I did.
So the minute timer is
best.
running.
Okay.
Meanwhile, also a glance at Instagram. Lou is saying Creative Monday 8 a.m. would be fine also. So yeah, I guess Tuesday sounds good. Maybe a little bit earlier. Yeah. So we have a question on Instagram. What is the median? In the median, do you mean like at what time zone, or is that another question? We're definitely talking about Central European time because this is our time, and you're all over the globe, and you have to recalculate it for your own time zone.
But usually, before we do live streams, we also share it with you, so that you know. We also share the most, how do you say, present time zones on our channel. So if you're coming from a land that's one of the most present on our channel, we share that usually with you as well.
So Sonia, time is up.
Time is up?
Time is up. Oh okay. My, this really, oh, okay, nice. Well, let's recenter it so people can see well. This really looks good.
Do you have some shortcut where I can make like a smooth zoom in and zoom out?
I don't.
Okay, so because I'm not sure that this jumping is nice for everyone, but okay. So this is the before.
Yes, and 3, 2, 1.
Ta-da!
Nice. So, dear author, you don't have to disclose who you are. But yeah, definitely just get a marker or something and get more shading in. Okay, now we'll step up the tempo and we're gonna do the remaining 3. Oh right!
Yes.
Whoa! Wow.
Okay.
This is like a real. Is this an oil painting? It's an oil painting, right?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Wait, I have like the note of the author. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is oil on wood. So pretty impressive, right, everybody? What do you think? Nice motive, and yeah, what could we actually do here to improve it?
Good question.
So I think, well, first the thing that pops up is really, I don't know, it's a detail, but like that vein on the hand, it's like popping up that much. It is a bit disturbing to me. I think it could be a bit more delicate. And then the knuckle on the leg is, I would say, not pronounced enough. You know, our knuckle, is it called knuckle? I don't know. What's it part of leg called? English speakers?
You mean this part?
Yeah.
This. Yeah, I think I need to mark it. This part.
So what is this part called? Native speakers or everyone else who's speaking English better than us. I think this bone is like a round bone, and it would also be like a bulge out more roundly, I would say. So these are the things that kind of, apart from
stand
that,
out to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I'm also wondering about this part. You know, I mean,
Which one?
these colors here.
Yeah.
It looks almost like there's a dent in the skin here, but I'm not sure that we have I thought that this part of the leg is also pretty straight and smooth. So this can also be either an injury or
Yeah, it could be eliminated.
or
You're right.
or something similar. I don't know. Okay.
It's an ankle, says
Ankle,
Carlos.
yes, ankle.
Thanks, Carlos. You're always like giving us good. But Anne also says you could say joint,
Joint.
and
ankle.
Wendy says that's an ankle bone.
Ankle
So
bone.
let's just combine all three and say the ankle bone, the ankle joint bone.
The ankle joint bone.
All right. So we also we got some info on how the ornament is called, and it's called the anklet. And apparently it's Indian, and if I'm not mistaken, really the artist that sent us is from India. And I guess if we have some Indian watchers, I guess this is like a tradition? It looks like almost looks like a wedding tradition, like a man putting this anklet around a woman's leg. I don't know. Maybe it's like the thing we have with the rings here
Could be.
in Europe, and I guess in the Americas as well.
Could be. Okay, so let me try it out. What would be the best brush, Kasper, to use?
I would just make it softer. So you can like with a right click, you can like reduce the hardness. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, but this is not too much. I think we need to remove this a bit.
Yeah. So the anklet is always made out of silver. Okay, so we're learning something new as well here culturally. Nice. And it does look like silver, the way it's painted. I like it.
Okay, and now we need a dark color to try to... I'm just checking how big my ankle is.
I can put my foot on the table if you want reference.
Well, I'm not sure that your leg is a great reference.
Why? My leg is a perfect reference.
For a male ankle.
Oh yeah, I guess it's a female. Looks like it though. We have a suggestion from Pamela, like shadows maybe. Yeah, if I look at the shadows, like the light is coming from where we look. So I think the shadows are doing okay, I'd say. I mean, of course, you could always in the back, behind the under the hands, right, Pamela? There's where maybe the shadows could be a bit more pronounced. So we have more interesting info coming out of Instagram to that anklet. So anklet is always made out of silver. In Bahasa, it's called gelang kaki, and in Sundanese, it's called genge. Nice. I hope I pronounced those things right. Most women wear them, and it's one of their traditional ornaments. Actually, majority of India wears it. Wow, this is amazing. Love to hear information like that. So it's always enriching to learn. And it's actually quite interesting. We have YouTube here, we have Instagram here, and getting info from all sides.
Good that you're still managing. Okay. I'm trying to change the skin color here a bit so that we get a bit more smooth surface, but I'm not sure. Maybe that's a bit too light. What do you think?
No, I think it's okay. I think I will...
Give me a time limit.
I will give you a
Kasper,
time limit.
No. Be good to me. Why are you doing this?
I think I'll give you a time limit.
No.
And the time limit will be... I'll give you like 3 more minutes. Huh?
Just 3?
Yeah, just 3.
Well.
Okay. Yeah, Sonia has always given me like 1 minute time limit, but... Today, you know, I'm forgiving because she's the first time in the hot seat.
I wanted to say that, but today it's a revenge day. So.
But today it's a revenge day, so I'm giving her 15-second windows.
So today, Sonia, you're gonna see how it feels.
Oh, I like what you're doing now. A
Yeah,
bit of shading, yeah.
I think that what's also missing is this connection between the jewelry. That's it should stand out, but actually it's a part of this fit, right?
Mm.
This foot.
Mm.
So I think that's also something.
Okay, so I would ask you to do one thing.
Yes.
Yeah, that vein on the man's hand.
Yeah, that's where I'm going right now.
Yeah, it's like throbbing.
Let's
It's
just.
killing me.
Can we? What would be your recommendation?
I would just like smooth it out. I would just remove it, I guess.
Okay, maybe then the sponge tool.
So Carlos says revenge. Definitely, Carlos. I am in a position now to have revenge. And Pamela on YouTube. Yeah, I think the shadow under hands, but not sure from where the light is coming. Well, a good thing when you're not sure where the light is coming from, a good thing is to look for the sharpest shadow. So in this case, the sharpest shadow is visible. You don't see it right now because when I zoomed in on the hand, but you will see it later. It's visible on the piece of clothing, so around the leg, and then you can figure out from where the shadow is actually coming from. And because of that, I think there's one more thing that we should do because the shadow is coming from there, the light is coming from that direction, and that's the small reflection on the ring. Oh, nice, yeah. Oh, I can live better now.
Yeah, you can.
I'll be able to sleep now, knowing that this man did not, get, what do you call them, like cramps in his hand by putting on this anklet.
Well, maybe the angle was just really hard to execute.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I mean, no mistake. It's a gorgeous painting. I really like it. And maybe the reference photo really had this throbbing vein, but the thing is, it just takes away so much of the attention that it's worth augmenting, I would say. So one more thing about ring. I would add another kind of light reflection on the upper side of the oval, because the light is coming from that side, and I think there would be a small highlight there. Yeah. Yes, exactly.
But wait.
Yeah, that's enough. Okay. Yeah, maybe too much, but we got it. Yeah, I think it's good. We will have to move to the next one.
Should I show the before and the after?
Definitely. I will read out the comment. One thing that really jumps out at me is the sharp horizon line on the ring finger. Maybe it's a scar or a wrinkle, and the ring looks really tight on the finger, like cutting into the finger. Oh yeah, this is true. So, oh yeah, we didn't even notice that. This is true. The ring finger, the poor ring finger looks really squished in there. Maybe we just correct that and then we move to the next one. It's interesting how many people see different things. We didn't even notice that, but you're completely right, Wendy. So thanks for the feedback.
Okay, I think we need to move.
Anything? Yeah, let's move. The before and the now.
The before and the now.
Yeah, I like. Now I can focus on really the jewelry instead of that vein on the hand. Nice.
Okay, let's move on.
All right, so this is like a snowy landscape.
It looks like it, right?
Yeah. Wow. I really actually.
You really actually.
I really actually like the way the monochromatic color is used here.
I also like the sky.
Yeah, the sky also has like clouds actually. Beautiful.
Looks
really
very nice.
Look like good clouds, and the water reflection looks good.
Oh, that's water. Ah, okay.
I would say. I guess.
I thought it's like a landscape with like pastures or meadows,
So
something.
the author is present, and it's Pamela, and she says it's monochrome. Jungle and an elephant. And now I know what she means by an elephant.
Yes, here. Okay, so I would try to emphasize the contrast between the fields. So if this is the jungle,
Mhm.
we need to emphasize the forms, right,
Mhm.
of the vegetation
Mhm.
a bit more.
Yeah.
So I would make those a bit more present, maybe also a bit higher,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe work on the elephant
I
for,
think
for
so
just
too.
a moment or two.
Yeah.
But still keep it like very abstract, since this painting is also very abstract.
Yes. Very good. So Pamela, great job on the monochromatic thing. It's definitely a challenge, and it's an exercise we would recommend to everyone. Like, before you dive into color, right, try monochromatic stuff and then go into color, because color is really tricky, and doing monochromatic stuff will teach you how to get different shades of one color out. Yeah. And then I suppose that this painting is already dry, because you've been sitting with us, even if you just finished it, you've been sitting with us here now. It's right, so you can definitely implement the suggestions that Sonia will make now. And I'd love to see that. I'm totally interested.
What I'm gonna,
No, what Pamela,
what she's gonna,
what she can, create out of this
what
painting.
she's gonna create. Okay, I'm gonna take this one as well. I like this one, the darker one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe to define the edges a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Also here.
So a painting would still be monochromatic if you add white and black to it, right? Because you're basically just adding white and black, which are the shades and tints of a color. So you you're just desaturating it in a way. So it's totally fine if you're doing a monochromatic painting. Get your blue out like you did here, like this indigo, and get your black and white, and then with those you can create the whole array of different paints. You can have the saturated blue, desaturated blue, the blue with a lot of white, blue with a lot of black. It's like a whole world, and it's still just one color. That's the great thing about this exercise.
Okay, so one thing that's also very important is that we maybe separate the layers, right? The one that are in the foreground and the background.
Mm-hmm. We have a question from Instagram. Nearer things would be brighter than the further ones. Am I right?
Yeah, brighter in a sense of colors or in the sense of white. I think both can be done, right? I mean, it depends on what kind of feeling would you like to produce, and
if we have, you're completely right. Both can be done, but if we can give like a general rule, if you have a painting as opposed to a drawing or a sketch, the nearer layers would be, first of all, they would be like brighter, like Sona said, brighter, more intense colors, so more saturated colors, but they would be darker, I would say. The more further you go, the more desaturated and lighter they would become in general. But like depends on what you want to achieve, but in general, as a general rule, brighter, so more intense, more vibrant colors, and more desaturated, lighter in the back. I hope this answered the question.
okay.
Oh yeah, you always do the nice line of the water.
The jungle.
Okay, so Sonia, I will go back to my timer.
Yes, sure.
Revenge time.
Do the revenge time.
I'm giving you 3 minutes, but now I'm going to stick to it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. 3,
build some pressure.
2, 1. Build some pressure. Isn't that a song?
Apply some pressure.
Apply some pressure, then release some pressure.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sing for you. I don't want to do this to you. But it's good. It's a good song. Yes.
What am I supposed to do? Okay. What should we do with this elephant, huh?
So the elephant, I would say, has to be a completely the darkest element. So the elephant right now has like a white center that has like a white core. It looks as if the light is reflecting of the element or something of the elephant. So, but I think it has to be really dark. So this elephant, I would take the darkest color you have, this indigo blue, and then make the elephant in that color. So we have a insider info.
Mhm.
The artist explains the idea behind the drawing. It's an it's an accident elephant from a drop of my brush.
Ah, awesome.
Okay, cool. So stuff like that happens. You know, Bob Ross always was like, "Oh, you make an accident, just make it a bird or something." But then, if you make an accident, then own it. You know, do it like you meant it. You know, go in all the way and really give that elephant what it deserves.
Okay, how much time do I still have?
Oh, well, Sonia, you have 1 minute and 13 seconds as of now.
Mhm.
And then I have another question because Louis just brought it up on Instagram. And yeah, today we're taking much more time to, dive into these paintings, which means we only get like one more after this one in, and then we're finished. But we took time and we could actually talk more about them. So, did you like that? As opposed to like rushing through in 60 seconds, does it bring you more value? Can you ask more questions between? Let us know. Or would you rather see more drawings being corrected? And meanwhile, a big thanks to Anne Marshall, who donated to us via
Thank you.
Super Chat on YouTube. So thanks, Anne. Also one of those people who are always with us. Thanks a lot. Oh, Sonia. Oh. Oh, you went in with the highlighting.
Yeah, but I should use the transparent version.
Oh well, no, I still think it's pretty cool.
And I'm just losing the control because the tablet is just working on its own. Woo! You see, it's just like.
Well, the timer is running out anyway. Oh, it just ran out.
Okay.
You just ran out.
So that's it.
So that's it. Okay, let's look at the results.
Let's look. Okay, so this is the before.
And
this is
wow.
After.
So Pamela, Sonia also did some highlighting in the end. This is a cool way to do it. As it's still monochromatic if you also use white and black. So you can use some white paint and then apply it when it's really dry with a really dry brush in the end, right?
Yeah. As you said. Sorry, today you're leading the show. Since I'm preoccupied with, I'm totally overwhelmed with. I think I need 1 or 2 more sessions.
You're doing fine.
Thank you. Okay, so the next one.
So
the last one.
We find the last one. This is a very hyper-realistic painting. Oh, no, just kidding. This is a reference photo.
Yeah.
Let's look at the drawing. Okay, right.
Mm-hmm.
I like the composition.
Mm-hmm. I like it as well.
I like how it's actually a window.
It gives the feeling of Baroque or Renaissance garden, where the vegetation is framing the view and the frame is always darker. So that was also my first inclination that I would just, to create a transition through that we maybe add some details in the layer in the foreground, and then we would just darker the surrounding frame. What do you think?
Well, yeah, I would totally do that. One more thing, I would actually crop a bit of the image away because I think we have too much on the bottom and it's not so interesting. It's just like round, unless we had a character there, maybe a bunny. Unless there was a bunny looking, looking through this hole, ominously planning to take over the world.
I think there should be a bunny.
There should be something.
Definitely a bunny.
Yeah, so when you have some like empty space, then it needs a character, it needs a protagonist.
Okay, so we're gonna add a protagonist if you're up for it. What do you think?
I think. So meanwhile, we got some answers for the last one from Instagram that you really improved it.
Thank you.
And Pamela also saying, thank you, Gasper and Sonia. We'll share the corrections later. Whoa, my elephant. And then the answer to our question, should we take more time for image corrections? So Suhar says on YouTube, yes, I like it more. Carlos as well, I like it more too. You can go deeper, like 5 minutes. And then Louis says, like that, you don't have to rush through the corrections. Yeah, I really I really like that. So we also have Blash here. Blash, nice to see you again.
Hi, Blash.
Blash saying nice look, Sonia.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think so too. I love when she came back from the hairdressers. I was like, whoa.
Who's that lady?
Who's that lady?
Yeah, thank you.
Well, what have you done to my wife? But come in.
Yeah. Enough of information. Okay, so and I also noticed that, of course, it looks like a bush, really, really dense, and what we want to create is also a bit of this vegetation softness, right? So I would make here the leaves a bit smaller, and then maybe add some just on the, some that are just looking out of this nicely put together structure.
Oh yeah, nice. So this image is Suhar's, maybe I already mentioned. We have a couple of suggestions coming in from Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
First one, like water won't be blue, it would be white, right? Is
From so far away, probably because of the reflection.
Yeah, depends on the reflections a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, water, which color it is, it depends on the clouds above it. Like if you have clouds above, then it's not, or the angle of the light, it's hard to say. It can go both ways. You can also have white, and I like the green reflection actually of the yeah. It depends. It depends with water.
Okay, so I would maybe stay with blue water, but add like a white a white sheen, like a white glaze over the water surface.
Then we have another comment from Instagram, like, this reminds me of tea trees, and the soil should also be darker. Yeah, since the trees are darker, I think the soil will also be in the shade. You are completely right.
Yeah, especially here. Let's do it like a window, so the light is coming from this side inside. So this part is.
So if you draw a shadow now, this is good. So the protagonist will be standing in the ray of light, looking out to the world, and planning global domination.
Let's do it. That sounds amazing. Oof. Let's try it out.
Oh, nice. Now it's... Oh, yeah. I like this. I like the idea. Yeah, when draw shadow, try to do it in one take, because, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see.
You know what I mean?
I see that. Otherwise,
the Photoshop, otherwise the layers overlap. It's a Photoshop technical thing. You know exactly if you use Photoshop.
Maybe I should just redo this part.
Oh my.
Out of battery?
No, I'm fine, but our connection is a bit poor on Instagram, so we were just thrown out. I will restart it though. No worries there. By the way, Wendy says, I would totally buy Ominous Bunny merch. Wendy, we were thinking about Ominous Bunny t-shirts. Actually. So,
true.
Very good. We might do some more Ominous Bunny stuff.
Yeah.
We actually were thinking about some merch. We were thinking also really about also stuff that you can actually use, like sketchbooks and stuff. So,
or some hats. Or something.
Yeah, really.
So that you can draw outside.
Yeah. Exactly. So
and think about the Ominous Bunnies.
Yeah. Thanks for the feedback. If all of you would be interested in different side of merch, give us ideas. I mean, like, we would do it for you anyway, so you could totally give us ideas. Meanwhile, we reconnected with Instagram for everyone who just joined. Yeah, we're correcting the sketches you send us. And if you want to be featured on this show, the Feedback Friday, then DM us your work or, post it in our Facebook group, Linescapers, which is like the most amazing place to be.
Ever.
Like what to do on a Friday night, check out the Linescapers Facebook group.
Always.
Every Friday.
Okay. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is good. This is good. I like it. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, like this. And now let's also try. So we need also a bit of feeling of depth here in this area.
Well, I would actually.
Or would you leave it?
I would go to the bunny part because I think the heels are quite abstract there, and maybe it's like a style thing as well, you know?
Okay.
Yeah?
Great. Then let's try to add the ominous bunny.
So now comes the protagonist of our story, and planning the world domination. You know, he just came out of the shady forest. This is the moment where the bunny recognizes that he can step out into the light and that he can leave this forest realm and actually roam the world in daylight as well. And this was the last thing holding the bunny back. And now the bunny is on the loose, people.
Awesome.
So Pamela on YouTube says, I like this session longer and deeper, and we can take turn also with other Linescapers since the number of corrections is not a lot. Yeah, well, I'm really glad you like it, Pamela. A lot of people seem to enjoy this longer feedback session, and yeah, I like it as well. This bunny is amazing.
Okay, let's crop this color off.
Maybe give somebody some more shadow as well, like on the bottom of the bunny. Yeah. So, Suhar, dear author, we advise you to totally make a protagonist there. And a bunny is fitting. We would also be happy with a llama, but you know, bunny is just fine. Suhar says, the bunny adds so much. It tells so much, right? So many stories.
Yeah, I think it's also amazing.
Yeah.
It brings so much joy.
It does bring so much joy.
Okay, so I think this sums it up, right?
Yes, this does sum it up. I would say let's look at it from afar to see what we actually did and how it looked before and how it looks now, and then you can give us a thumbs up or thumbs down. It should have been, you know, I don't know, a badger instead of a bunny.
Maybe we have an ominous badger.
Yeah.
Or a hedgehog.
Ominous hedgehog, it's also quite ominous, yeah.
Or a honey badger. Okay, so.
Okay.
This was the before.
Yes.
And this is the after.
And the bunny arrived. Wow, nice.
Again. So this one before.
And
the after.
Boom.
Wow.
The picture has become meaningful.
Yeah, true. I think so too. Okay,
right. Awesome.
So that sums it up.
So everybody, this was today's Feedback Friday. We took much more time. We went much deeper, and we did much more. I will turn this. I don't know if we're visible at all, but like, I will just turn this so people on Instagram can maybe see us as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, thanks for joining in.
Yeah, thanks for just being patient with me, sitting and correcting your sketches today.
Yeah, and if you want to be featured, as always, like DM us your work, or post it in our Facebook group, Linescapers. And what we're having next Monday is another Creative Monday. So see you there. And then we will look at how we will schedule the future feedback sessions.
Yeah, because that would be also, so we're searching for a solution that would be practical for all of us. Yeah,
so give us time on the weekend to think about that. We'll tell you at the right time. Maybe it's going to be still Friday for a bit, or maybe we'll already, change it up. But thanks for your feedback. If you have a suggestion for another day, better hour, then do tell us.
Yeah. We wish you a great weekend. And as always,
keep on drawing
and stay creative. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.